Yo, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video, and I wanted to do my 11th month review since I've been using the BLU G91. What you just heard was the facial unlock on here. It also does have a fingerprint sensor on the back, which is kind of like a lost aesthetic when it comes to the smartphones. They actually been putting it on the side. So I still like having a phone with the fingerprint on the back. Make sure you guys stay locked into the end of the video because we're going to be talking about this device in a lot of detail and kind of going through what are the features that you would probably want to use if you decided to pick this device up. So it still has a pretty good price. It's a 149 or 159 depending if you get the black or this nice beautiful emerald green color, and which I really like in this color more or less. It has a really nice design. It has the 3.5 millimeter, the Type-C, the single firing speaker, a microphone on the bottom, and up top there's nothing. You also get your tray for moving the SIM card, so you can actually expand the storage on this. It's giving you a display, which is going to be like a 720 display, but it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with a 50 megapixel AI camera on this phone. Now, what I really like most about it is the back. It has like a metal camera thing right here with the 50 megapixel inside of it, and then you're getting some cool features when it comes to the camera. You can see right here you get photo, video. The phone actually records pretty good video. When I'm recording, you can see this is what it would actually look like when I'm recording on it, and I'll put that up in the video so you can see what I'm talking about. But as far as the video, it looks really good on here for the front. So the front camera is actually pretty good, but you're also getting some really good options here for photos. You can mess around with the portrait, and you get some cool features like night mode, beauty mode, GIF maker, pro mode, panorama, ultra HD, which is going to give you extremely good clarity when you're actually taking shots really far, really close up, and you want to get more detail on that with that 50 megapixel shooter. So you can see right here the phone is going to capture some spectacular detail when it comes to good lighting in that ultra definition mode. It also has time-lapse intelligent scanning and macro photography. So one of the things you might see lacking is doesn't have the option for like a wide angle camera. There's also it goes up to 4x zoom, which is it's good enough for video and photo most of the time. Let me just do a portrait with the 4x. You can see that 4x zoom is nice when you want to zoom in and get some close-up detail, right? So it comes out really good when you're getting close-up detail with the 4x on there. So yeah, this phone is actually going to be a budget phone that most people can afford if you're looking to spend a little bit of money on a smartphone but still have some cool features. Now, what does it miss out on? What doesn't it have? Well, that's something that I want to get into, because every smartphone is going to be having and not having certain things that you want. NFC is something that is usually on phones around this price point, not all the time. They recently just started adding that in, so you won't have like an NFC to do mobile payments on this, but you get your hotspot, your screen casting, you get other features that are actually cool like screen recording and stuff like that. And so it's a budget phone with a lot of capabilities. Going into settings, it is running on Android 12. So if I go into system, I actually updated it last night, and it was on the September 5th, 2023 software update, which is actually pretty good. So, this device is pretty good because when it comes to the performance, it's going to hold up well, and it's not going to run on carriers like, Verizon, Boost Mobile, stuff like that. This device is mainly for GSM carriers. So if you're using a Verizon SIM card, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to get a different SIM card to use it, because those devices are actually designed for different networks. So it has 720 by 1600 resolution. So when you're inside of YouTube, it's going to give you that beautiful 6.5 HD plus display. It's not going to give you full HD, which is something that most people like when they're using a smartphone. But you can see right here, the phone has a little bit of lag when you're scrolling on it. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're actually using it. It's not going to give you the best speakers. It's not going to give you the best, speeds when it comes to performance and stuff like that. But you can change it from 60 to 90 hertz, and I'll show you how to do that right now. But looking at the display on here, it's actually a beautiful panel. Like, BLU does a good job when it comes to the devices and stuff like that. So they give you some good quality on here. So out of the box, what I do like is that BLU does offer you a ton of stuff. So they give you the case that is included. It's a rugged case which holds up very well over time. You get a bunch of stickers as well from BLU. You also do get your charging brick in here, and this device is going to charge at like 10 watts. You get headphones from the BLU company, which are actually cool. I'm going to try to use these one time or another, but you get your Type-C cord on here too. So I definitely think that's going to be a solid unboxing experience when using it. They also did give you an included screen protector so that you can install the screen protector as well. And so one of the other features that I do like when it comes to the UI and the software running on this device is that BLU tried to implement some new features when it comes to their phones. And so, for instance, when you swipe back, like right here on the side, you're gonna get this little sidebar, which is actually pretty cool. I really like using this little sidebar because you can actually touch it and it's gonna open up an app from that bar, and it gives you some cool shortcuts so you can get to your apps much faster. So I definitely think that's going to be a solid thing about it. So it does pack the 90 hertz display. You could also change it to 60. So if you go into the display right here, it gives you adaptive brightness. You can do also the automatic scheduled dark mode on this. You also have interchangeable lock screen wallpapers. The home screen settings is cool because you can mess around with the folders and the icon sizes and stuff like that, and it gives you a ton of options to mess around with that. But you could change your charging animations to do 2-3 different ones. And then here at the bottom, it's going to give you the option to mess around with your display size as well. So a lot of cool customizable features on here. I'm trying to find the refresh rate because usually it's in display, but I'll just type it and it'll pop up on here. So I'm going to go ahead and type 90 hertz. And so hopefully that just pops up, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if that's what they call it on this phone, but most phones, that's what it's called. So if you were trying to locate it, you could probably just go into, intelligent assistance or something like that. And there it is right there, intelligent assistance, high speed refresh rate. So that's where you can get the higher speeds. You also get all of these features right here for shortcuts. So one of the things, let me put D&D on, do not disturb, so I don't get any more notifications or anything like that. All right, but you get the dark mode on here, which I have turned on. I just turned it off so you can see what it looks like when it's off. Extra dim and auto rotate and a couple of other cool features. And so, yeah, this thing has a ton of features to mess around with, as you can see right here. So I definitely think that's going to be pretty cool. You can also press and hold the power button for a Google Assistant shortcut right there. The sidebar, like I talked about, single-handed mode, which is cool because if you want to use the phone with a single hand, you can swipe across right there. And now the screen is actually shrunken in. And so all you have to do is swipe to the side like that, and it takes you there. So yeah, that single-handed operation definitely will be pretty useful for people who want to use the phone with one hand and stuff like that. So I definitely think that's going to be cool. But this device is pretty practical when it comes to using it. It's not the fastest speeds, but it does give you the base performance that you need for a budget phone, so you could download all your apps, and it has a pretty good amount of storage on this thing. So when it comes to like gaming on here, I'll get into some games so you can see what I mean, but this device actually has a pretty good speed when it comes to games. It's got the Helio G37, which is actually a chip that is, you know, it's speedy, but it's going to ensure a smooth and seamless user experience is what they actually claim. And, you know, the user experience with the G37, it's going to be, you know, pretty mediocre. It's nothing special, but it does do everything that you pretty much need it to. So, you know, as you can see, it has 90 hertz, but it's still a little bit choppy. But right here, when you're doing this, and that's when you're going to see that you get that 90 hertz, because the display is going to be a little bit quicker when it comes to the touch response. So when it comes to gaming, I definitely think this device is pretty cool as well. All right, so this is the gaming performance. It's running on 4 gigabytes of RAM with the 128 gigabytes of ROM. So it doesn't give you high graphics with that processing chip that it's going to offer. However, you can get first blood, as you saw right there, with the 90 hertz refresh rate. You can barely notice that it's running 90 on here. So in gaming, it's still going to have that janky kind of feel, but it's still going to be pretty decent. So yeah, I was able to get a few kills right there, and it wasn't a struggle. So yeah, this device is actually performing very well when it comes to gaming. I'm actually impressed. I was able to get 6 kills right there. So is it a gaming machine? Not you know, quite, but it is gonna hold up very well when it comes to the gaming performance on this device. If you want a game, you know, playing your highest graphic titles, it's gonna game pretty well. I think I'm on like beginner mode or something, but yeah, I'm getting really good kills on here. So yeah, like I said, this is the BLU S91 Pro after 11 months. I definitely think it has enough features to where you're not going to be mad when you use it. It's got a ton of features on this device. Android Auto is actually on this device as well. You get your SOS for emergency notifications and alerts, and so you can put all that information inside of here, and then you can get the shortcut button for, if you touch this button for 5 times, it's going to actually initiate 911. So that's going to be good for people who are in more of like an urban environment or even a suburban environment. You never know, there's a lot of creeps out there. But there is some specs on here that I wanted to show you, and you can see all the information about the phone. So that gives you the features like 50 megapixel zoom, gesture navigation, portrait, and AI technology for recording. And so that's one of the things about this device is that the cameras have this really nice way of taking photos. When you're inside of it, you're gonna get some pretty impressive photos. Like, I was especially pleased with how it looked when it came to portraits and stuff like that, because it was able to just capture photos extremely detailed and very well when I was using it with a lot of detail and good color science. So like I said, you can mess around with this thing and get a bunch of good photos on here. Most of the time the photos are going to come out crystal clear, and even in nighttime it's going to look good too. And that has to do with the AI mode that they have on here. So the science for the photography is really good, and they have the night mode on there too. So I think it's going to be a solid phone in the budget bracket, but this is the BLU S91 Pro after 11 months of using it. I still think it's a pretty solid phone, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I'm going to check you guys later, but if you're still here, just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. And I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace.